In the early 17th century, at the northern edge of Sumatra, a powerful kingdom rose beside the sea. This land was Aceh, a gateway of trade, faith, and ambition. And from this land emerged a ruler whose name would echo across history. His name was Sultan Iskandar Muda. Aceh stood at the heart of global trade routes. Ships from Arabia, India, Persia, and Europe anchored along its shores, drawn by spices, gold, and opportunity. But wealth alone did not define Aceh. Strength did. Born as Perkasa Alam, the future sultan was shaped by discipline, conflict, and destiny. From a young age, he trained in warfare, leadership, and strategy. He observed the weaknesses of rulers before him and learned that power demanded control, vision, and courage. In a time of internal struggle, Perkasa Alam rose. In the year 1607, he ascended the throne and took a new name, Sultan Iskandar Muda. With his coronation began a new era. Iskandar Muda transformed Aceh into a centralized and disciplined state. Authority flowed directly from the throne. Law was absolute. Loyalty was demanded. No one stood above justice, not nobles, not generals, not even royal blood. Under his command, Aceh expanded rapidly. Armies marched across Sumatra. Rival kingdoms submitted. Tribute flowed into the capital. But the true power of Aceh lay at sea. Shipyards roared with activity. Massive war vessels were constructed, armed with cannons that rivaled European fleets. Aceh became the dominant naval force of the Malacca Strait. At that time, one power stood as Aceh's greatest enemy, the Portuguese in Malacca. For decades, the Portuguese controlled one of the most important ports in Southeast Asia. They dominated trade and imposed foreign rule. Aceh would not accept this. In 1629, Aceh launched one of the largest naval assaults ever seen in the region. Hundreds of ships advanced toward Malacca. Cannons thundered. Fire and smoke filled the sky. The battle was fierce. The losses were heavy. Aceh did not claim total victory, but the message was clear. Aceh could not be ignored. Its sultan stood as one of the most feared rulers in Asia. Yet Iskandar Muda was not only a warrior. Within Aceh, he established a strict legal system known as the Kanun Iskandar Muda. These laws regulated governance, social life, and religious conduct. Order replaced chaos, stability replaced division. Trade flourished, markets overflowed with spices and goods from across the world. Aceh became not just a military power, but an economic and intellectual center. Scholars arrived from distant lands. Islamic learning thrived. Mosques, libraries, and schools filled the capital with knowledge and debate. Under Iskandar Muda, Aceh entered its golden age. But time spares no ruler. In his later years, the Sultan ruled with wisdom earned through conflict and sacrifice. His movements slowed, but his authority remained unchallenged. He prepared his successor carefully, knowing that the strength of a kingdom depended on what followed. In 1636, Sultan Iskandar Muda passed away. With his death, Aceh began a gradual decline. No ruler after him would command the same power, fear, or respect. Yet his legacy endured. Today, his name lives on in history in monuments, and in the memory of a people who once stood at the center of the world. Sultan Iskandar Muda was more than a king. He was the symbol of Aceh's greatest age, a ruler forged by ambition, faith, and the sea. And his story still echoes across time.